All right, everyone, settle down. Today we'll be having our third presentation for the Bio Extra Credit Project. Okay, everyone, listen up. Today the girls will be talking about achondroplasia. So everyone, listen up. We will be having a test after this. I promise you. All right, listen up, ladies.
Hi, I'm like Malibu Barbie.
And I'm Southern Susie, here to talk to you about achondroplasia. Howdy, partner. Achondroplasia is a genetic mutation often called dwarfism. You know them folks who stand real short and look like elves all the time? This genetic mutation is a form of a short-limbed dwarfism, means without cartilage formation. Problem is not about making cartilage, but rather converting it to bone. This process is also known as ossification. Mighty big word for something that's lack of, if you ask me. First thing most folks notice to identify these people is their short stature. Hell, they don't stand much taller than a mop bucket, much less can carry one. Full grown gents only reach about 4 foot 4 inches, and their heifers average in at about 4'1". Mighty fine folks, so the lot of 'em. Ought to be. They populated good enough they could steal your cheese toast before you even know it's done went missing. Them numbers say this condition occurs in 1 in every 15,000 to 40,000 newborns. Well, hot damn, better be nice before there's a freaking invasion. Some other thing identifiable with these here short people are their good-looking arses, short stubby limbs, that's arms and legs if you never heard of 'em, with particularly noticeable short upper arms and thighs. Says limited range of motion at the elbows and the enlarged head with a prominent forehead. I think that's a nice way of saying they try to keep up with us normies at the county fair's eating contest, but ain't got nowhere to put it all, so it starts rolling up like a dang Tootsie Roll and spouting out their noggin. Dumbasses. Guess they done figured us out, though. They are smart as a whip and don't lack in a lifeline. Damn geniuses is what they are, stealing our cheese toast and getting special treatment to make things more convenient for them. All just to find out they live right alongside us. Bet they don't get called out at 6 a.m. to milk old Bertha. Mom'd be afraid she'd mistake them for horses' feed, or they get chased around by the dogs. Sucks, though. I heard some of 'em never develop them special parts, that allow you to reproduce and all. Some of them want to go at it like rabbits, but they get delayed long after us regulars done hit puberty. And sometimes never. Damn, that's gotta suck something awful. They do have health problems if I've ever seen 'em, or my name ain't Southern Susie. Episodes lack of breathing, obesity, reoccurrent ear infections, stunted childhood development, pronounced permanent sway of the lower back and spine, and a constant back pain. And these are just a few of 'em. This don't even count their social disposition in society. What the hell ever happened to Southern hospitality? Some whole families get made fun of, and what kind of life is that to look up to parents who are ashamed to be different? Although disproportionate physically, seen they intellect and as well as a lifespan is average, just like I told you. Often socially isolated and prone to have a low self-esteem, blah blah blah, due to people's unfamiliarity with their condition, being exiled and made fun of throughout childhood. How dare those people? Didn't their mama teach them any manners? They struggle to function in an everyday world that doesn't understand them and wasn't made for their small sizes. Something as easy as going to take a leak or sitting down at a table for some grub could be a real challenge and embarrassment for this little guy. Over the years, though, our society has become more accommodating to these small folks, I must say, and have special made step stools or even homes and extended truck pedals in order for them to conform and function in a world that was not built for them. Two things I will note, though, and I mean business, are you do not, and I repeat, do not use the term midget. It is a derogatory term and it is offensive. Do you hear me? You ought to be slapped if I hear this word come out of your mouth. People with dwarfism like to be called little people, so you respect them nice folks, you hear? Also, dwarfism is found in a person as well as animals. Ever seen a long short dog or a Shetland pony? Dwarfs. Yep. Who'd ever thunk it? Mutation could be as cute as hell. But yeah, treat the damn dog better than you treat these folks, don't you? So next time you see one, I'm not saying run up all googly-eyed and talk about how cute they are, 'cause I'd piss on your leg if you did me that way. Never hurt to be kind, though, and show a little courtesy for what's different. Now it's my turn to pass on the torch to my colleague here. Thank y'all and God bless. Yeehaw!
All right, so my name is Gangsta Bobby, and I'll be talking today about the biology behind achondroplasia. So mutations in the FGF3, which is a fibroblast growth factor receptor located in the fourth chromosome, cause achondroplasia. So you see now the FGFR3 gene provides instructions for making a protein that is involved in the development and maintenance of bone and brain tissue. Also, regulation of cell growth and division, determination of cell type, formation of blood vessels, wound healing, and embryo development. Two, and when I say two, I mean two specific mutations in the FGFR3 gene are responsible for almost all cases of achondroplasia. Researchers believe that these mutations cause the FGFR3 protein to be overly active, which interferes with skeletal development and leads to disturbances in bone growth. So you see the FGFR3 spans the cell membrane so that one end of the protein remains inside the cell and the other end projects from the outer surface of the cell. Positioning of the protein allows it to interact with specific growth factors outside the cell and to receive signals that control growth and development. When growth factors attach to the FGFR3 protein, the protein is turned on, activated, which triggers a cascade of chemical reactions inside the cell that instruct the cell to undergo certain changes. That's amazing. So what you may not know is that there are several versions called isoforms of the FGFR3 protein that are produced from the FGFR3 gene, found in various tissues and interact with the body. FGFR3 protein in bone cells regulate the bone growth by limiting the formation of bone from cartilage, called ossification. The FGFR3 gene belongs to a family of genes called CD. My homie here, Malibu, will explain that later. So one of the questions y'all might be asking yourselves now is, how do geneticists indicate the location of a gene? It's easy. They using maps, like Dora the Explorer, to describe gene's position. Cytogenetic location is what they call it, It's a combo of numbers and letters that provide a gene's address on a chromosome. Ain't that cool, So there's three parts, Three parts that make up this address on a chromosome. The first number or letter used to describe a gene's location represents the chromosome. Chromosome 1 through 22, the autosomes, are designated by their chromosome number. The sex chromosomes, however, are designated by X or Y. The second part is the chromosome's arm. Each chromosome is divided into two sections, arms, based on the location of a narrowing constriction called the centromere. By convention, the shorter arm is called P and the longer arm is called Q. So the final, last part, number 3. The third is the position of the gene on the P or Q arm. The position of a gene is based on a distinctive pattern of light and dark bands that appear when the chromosome is stained in a certain way. The position is usually designated by 2 digits, representing a region and a band, which is sometimes followed by a decimal point and 1 or more additional digits, representing subbands within light or dark area. The number indicating the gene position increases with distance from the centromere. For example, 14q2 1 represents position 21, the long arm of a chromosome 14. 14q21 is closer to the centromere than 14q22. Y'all got that? Yeah, y'all do. Y'all got that. So the final question y'all might be asking yourselves is, how do people even inherit achondroplasia? Well, achondroplasia is inherited in an autosomal dominant pattern, which means one copy of the altered gene is in each cell is sufficient to cause the disorder. So if one parent has achondroplasia, the infant has a 50% chance of inheriting the disorder. If both parents have the condition, the infant's chances of being affected increase to 75%. That's pretty darn sad, Yo, so about 80% of people with achondroplasia have average sized parents. These cases result from new mutations in the FGFR3 gene. Yo, this gene be coming up a lot, y'all. Y'all better write this down. It's gonna be on the test for sure. You know it. Anyways, in the remaining cases, people with achondroplasia have inherited an altered FGFR3 gene from one or two affected parents. Individuals who inherit two altered copies of this gene typically have a severe form of achondroplasia that causes extreme shortening of the bones and an underdeveloped rib cage. Usually, these babies come out stillborn or die from respiratory failure. Yo, that just makes me depressed, yo. That just makes me real, real depressed, yo. I think I'm gonna go cry now, yo. I ain't even tripping. I'm for reals, though.
Hi, I'm like Malibu Barbie. Dwarf is like a genetic or like pathological condition that is like characterized by like short stature and like undersize and abnormal skeleton growth, which usually results in like an adult who is like significantly below average height. Osteogenesis is like the formation of bone and body substance. Cartilage is like tough and like flexible tissue that like joins and gives structure to like the nose and like the ears and larynx and like other parts of the body. Proteins are like a molecule made up of like one or more long chain amino acids, and like the sequence which corresponds to like the DNA sequence of the gene that like encodes it. And proteins play a variety of like roles in like the cell, including like structural cytoskeleton, mechanical like muscle, biochemical like enzymes, and like cell signaling like hormones. Isoforms are like proteins that have like the same function of like another protein, but which is like encoded by like a different gene and may have like a small difference in like its sequence. CD genes are like a cluster of differentiation of like many genes. In like this family, they like provide instructions for like making the proteins that are found on the surface of like white blood cells at various stages of their development. The proteins help like the white blood cells interact with like the bodies and like the tissues attack bacteria and viruses and like invade their members of the CD gene family and work outside of the immune system. Like some CD genes play like a role in all of this like signaling and the development of like a nervous system. Gene family is like a group of genes that like share important characteristics, classifying individual genes into like families, and researchers describe how genes are related to like each other.
Yo, so I think that's the end of my presentation, yo. So, I think I'm gonna live out my little rap, my new demo coming out, yo. I got my friend Malibu and my little friend over here, Miss Texas, yo. We gonna do us a rap right now. So let me get this started. Oh, no, 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 that's it. We are done with the presentations today. Thank you, girls. That was very, very nice. All right, ladies, that's it. It's time to go. The bell has rung. Okay, goodbye. Man, yo, you didn't even let me do my rap, teach, man. That's messed up, yo, man. All the class already done left. That was already for my rap, man. That's why I don't like these presentations, yo. But, yo, homies, man, she didn't even give us a test, yo. Yes, my plan worked, yo. I had this plan all along, y'all. Y'all didn't even know, y'all. Y'all welcome.